The most disturbing thing I've seen in a long time that escapes the realm of conspiracy and breaks its way into real life in a rather horrifying way. How would all of you like to get your COVID-19 health passport? Why, if you would like to travel internationally now that the US passport is basically worthless, all you've got to do is one simple thing, and it's hand over your blood. I'm not exaggerating. Users will have their blood screened in an approved COVID pass laboratory. Once they've confirmed that, I guess, for now, you're not COVID positive, you will get a QR code on your phone, which you can then use to scan. You want to know why this makes no sense?
Oh, so many reasons,
You could catch COVID at any point.
Right.
So what are you going to do? You're going to go to every time you want to travel, you got to go to a facility to get your blood drawn?
What?
Then they'll approve you on your phone?
Talk about it.
What happens if you catch COVID then?
Tim.
It seemingly makes no sense.
Tell 'em.
But yeah, that's the idea from...
Nah, bro, we're not having that. We're not having that. I was minding my business, having a nice date, and Tim Pool came along with Judgment Day type news. We got to fix this with some gangster shit. We're gonna have to put some... Wait, what? Put some dope shit. What's good, y'all? It's FRESH2020. It's Face Your Fear Friday, and I'm not scared of shit, but ignorance on a mass scale, tyrannical government, giving blood, couple things come up, but you know how it goes. I'm good for it. Just trust me. I implore it. Meaning I use it more often than I should, even when I'm up to no goddamn good. Shady motherfuckers is lurking. Snakes is in the grass, and if you don't cut it, you might get beat, bit, or burned. You got a glass jaw, ain't concerned. Well, shit, I wanted my house to match. I'm not a jewelry type person, but this shit is a catch. Unexpected, undetected, I sneak in your neighborhood and leave with all your neglected jewels, things that you should have kept a little better eye on. Your eyes on the prize, but that's not enough to realize that nightmares can and will rise from 6 feet or lower. Everything that glows is not gold or a glower, meaning an illuminated being shining through their skin. They call it an aura, but still, that's not good enough. Don't mean to bore you with semantics. I don't ever come with hat tricks unless it's 3 goals in a row. I got a turkey every single time I bowl. Gravy bowls included, I've been cruising for not even 30 seconds, but I still feel like I got enough to do it, so I'm just gonna stick with the fluid I'm used to. Never chase them waterfalls, because the waterfalls will fall off. Damn. The waterfalls will fall off. What's up, everybody? The daily vlogcast. It's the last day of July. This Friday. It's Face Your Fear Friday, in fact, on the FRESH2020 Vlogcast Daily. I'm your host, the freshest one, Dougie Fresh, Freestyle Fresh, Fresh with 2 F's, sometimes fresh with a PH. And I only got a couple rules. Guidelines. I've only got a couple. Keep it funky, meaning have some aspects of funk, like music. Like, see right here? That's straight up and down, right? It's even keeled. Got 10 and 2, right? Straight laced. Classical, right? You lean it back, right? Maybe you go without the front part of your safety harness there. Right? Get the hat just tilted just a bit. Right? Backer. Now I'm leaning. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm keeping it funky. Right? And it's not always about style. Don't get me wrong. Don't get it twisted. Keeping it funky is about truth and authenticity. And I'm going to need you to live your truth. Okay? It would behoove you to live your truth. It's a few things I'm not. I'm not a liar. I'm not a bitch. And I am not one to suffer fools. I don't care for clocks, time, institutions, authority figures. I prefer comfort over style. I like peace and quiet. I like harmonious yet challenging conversations. And I don't ask much, like I said. To fuck with me, you're gonna get unsolicited business advice, life coaching if it's needed. I can't say psychoanalysis because I'm not a licensed professional, but you will get insight that could be priceless and fundamental. Okay? It just comes with the package. When you fuck with me, you're gonna get a degree of honesty that you're probably not used to. All right? Keep it funky and keep it fresh. And I understand if you're taking it as a, you know, depending on which decade you're drawing your terms from, your verbiage, your slang, right? We all lived through the funk era, right? Or the remnants, and you can still smell it. Am I right? The funk might burn your nose hairs off when it's fresh. Now, mind you, I am security-minded. I'm a father, so I was just acting. See, that's what my hair looks like underneath my hat. Because it hasn't been cut, washed, or styled in over, what, 4 months now? 3 months, 4 months? I don't know. I don't care. Makes my forehead look bigger. That's for goddamn sure. But, you know, branding, consistency, laziness, it all contributes to an aesthetic that has become default. So, again, keeping it funky. This is an adage this is a little reminder. We haven't seen this in a while. I thought I'd bring it out. I do have my own line of custom quote V, wide V, deep V, super deep V's, depending on your preference. I only get super deep V orders from people who strictly keep it funky. They could give a damn about the freshness, right? So now, while I may be certified fresh, not necessarily everything that comes out of the bag, if you catch my drift. You know when someone says, I'm in my bag right now? Nobody knows what that means, by the way. Are you in your DIY cocoon? Are you in your overpriced, stylish purse? Merce? You're in your zone. Is that what it is? Or you're in the flow state? Is that what you're doing? You're feeling your own power? Is that what's in the bag? You're getting that money. Is that what you keep in your satchel? You notice how the image, the mascot of the Runaway, is a downtrodden Caucasian youth, overalls, bad shoes, no shoes, stick, with a little satchel, right? A little towel, bandana, rag, tied up, with your belongings. I don't know, toiletries, essentials. That's the runaway mascot, right? Always wondered what was in that bag and why you got to keep it on the stick, and why can't you be in the bag? That would serve as shelter and as carrying space, right? Isn't that interesting? Think about that visual, right? The corporations, they put a carrot on a stick, and they put it in front of you like you're a dumb mule, and think that you're not going to notice that the goal keeps moving further and further away. You can retire whenever you feel like it. I mean, when you're 55 and met these conditions. I mean, when you're 60. I'm sorry, 65. No, actually, it's going to be 67. Oh, I'm sorry, are you dead now? Did you not get my emails? Your golden years have arrived, and they're waiting to give you their money. It's a callback. It's actually a poorly delivered line from the movie Glengarry Glen Ross, which is the cinematic rendering of, or rather, the cinematic interpretation of the play of the same name. And it has its moments. It's survived the test of time for a reason. You'll probably catch clips of it in your local sales training. Coffee. Well, coffee's for closers. You can have some tea. Faggot. This movie was made back in the, and play was like back in the 70s or 80s. So I can say, I'm quoting the film, mind you. I'm not saying it. The character's saying it. Also, that was an ad-lib, so go fuck yourself. But that's the vibe of the film, mind you. Who else is in that movie? The gentleman that was in space was Ed Harris. He's in it. But come on. The dude that plays, he was on 30 Rock and plays Trump on SNL, Baldwin, it's his show, man. He's the flashy dude, come from out of town, down by, from Japan. And he comes to motivate the salesman, right? They sell, what does they sell? Cars? I forget, but they got leads, right? They're cold calling, sitting at the desk. Hey, I need to make an appointment, talk to the decision maker. I'm trying to close this shit, get my commission, get paid, make you feel good. And I'm not trying to fuck you over. No, I'm not, ma'am. Sir, no, I'm not. I'm trying to give you something that you need. And I need you to need it, so I get my commission. Commission breath. That's what that sounds like. But they're salesmen. So he comes to motivate them. It's a dark, stormy night, very dramatic scene, very effective, right? And Baldwin delivers, you know. Flips the whiteboard over, goes to the front of the class. Everybody's uncomfortable. Cut the tension with a knife. Oh. I hear the numbers aren't so good, gentlemen. We're going to be doing a little role-playing, some team-building exercises. We're also going to be running a contest of sorts, if you will. Pay attention, gents. You're going to like it. What's that? That's a Rolex. If you work hard, very, very hard, you can earn a Rolex too. And you can earn one of those nice Mercedes-Benz that I rolled up in. I saw you with your little roll-up Hyundai. I seen you. Pretty sad. Anyway, the contest rules are as follows. First place, Lincoln Town Car, brand new, all the bells and whistles. Second place, set of steak knives. Third place is, you're fired. Oh, now do I have your attention? See, you've got leads. You've got people to call. I think it was Ed Harris in the back with his little cold coffee or tea. The leads are no good. Alec's like, the leads are no good? You can't close these leads? And you want the Glengarry Glen Ross leads? There are millions of people out there right now waiting to give you their money. Are you man enough to take it? And the scene goes on. I love it. It's fantastic. I don't watch it very often. I can maybe once every 8 years. But it's worth a rewatch. In context, of course. Context matters. Hashtag context matters. Anyway, just getting back to something. Everything is funny with a pocket full of money. Ain't it though? Ain't it though? Ain't shit that was shit not shit when you got some shit? And so I wanted to clarify something that I was speaking on earlier. And to some degree, whether you're W-2, whether you're 1099, we are all responsible for our own success. And if you're a bitch, you're thinking, well, in one way or another. No. All the way and all the way. Two concentric circles, both that say your fault, your responsibility. Okay? I'm talking about manifesting. I'm talking about creating your own opportunities and then capitalizing on them. Most people operate under the strategy of, I will wait, no matter how long it takes for someone to give me something. I don't care if it's half or a third of what I needed. Can you just give me something? Been good all week, and I hurt my feet. So you certainly can't expect me to work or do anything useful or contribute to society in a meaningful way. Can you just cut me a break? No. Who raised you? Shout out to TK Kirkland. He's got his stand-up that came out on Amazon, I believe. I paid full price for it because it's fucking fantastic, and he earned it. And I've watched it like 6 times, and I got belly laughs every time. And he is a fantastic stand-up comedian that never achieved traditional commercial success in the way that you would think that one would hope for starting out as a black entertainer. Well, that was a mouthful. And so, who am I thinking of? Aries Spears, Chloe Holcomb, Patrice O'Neal. He would be at the top tier. People that, I guess I have to kick Aries Spears off. Sorry, raccoon face. Blink, blink. Dave Chappelle can have your spot. They tell the truth. And Patrice O'Neal specifically, he said, be the truth, and everything flows from that. And it's a very slippery slope when you take any footing off of that truth, right? You lift up a pinky toe and you say a white lie, it could be harmless. You could be telling somebody on the phone that you're busy when you're not, and get off the phone. Right? No one's gonna judge you for that. Joseph, why did you lie to the lady on the phone? Sorry. Oh, that's a Toyota. Never mind. I thought you had a Tesla. I'm not sorry. I just judge them based on their station in life, or my perception of it, which could be totally wrong. See what I did there? If you lie to other people, I'm going to pause. I'm going to back up. I'm going to, given the opportunity, convey the idea that it's probably not the best way to handle that. it would behoove you to approach that differently. But also, from afar, mind you, watching critically, I can see growth. Take your mask off, sweetheart. There's nobody in 50 fucking yards of you, 150, 400 yards of you, sir. There's no one anywhere. Take off your mask. You just failed a stupid test. The masks are not worthless, people, but the people that wear the masks in outrageously unnecessary situations, they are worthless. Don't be confused. Be the truth. Be the truth. Don't be a bait and switcher. Don't be selfish. Don't be one-sided. Don't be greedy. Don't be fearful. Don't be excited to the point of skipping comprehension, right? You can be a quick learner, a quick study, a quick comprehender, but don't skip the step. You feel me? And I was pondering something that somebody had said, which is only funny if your pockets are full. Otherwise, you're about to get the screw face. You're about to get the mad face. You're about to get the little birdie perch and the little posture pouting program. If you got lint balls in your pockets and you don't qualify for debit cards and what have you. If you're in, bus person, basically. You're basically a financial bus person at that point. And there's this adage, there's this idea, there's this cliche. You never mix family with business. You never do it. You don't mix business with family. And never the twain shall meet. Okay? And I've been on both sides of this ideology at various points in my life, and I would like to remain agnostic on the point for purposes of this discussion. If you see something, say something, point out a bias. Everyone has blind spots, except for you circus freaks with eyes on the back and side of your head and corresponding lobes of your brain to process the data. We all have blind spots. Except for you fancy frickin' Tesla owners with all the hidden cameras and whatnot on your super vehicle. Okay? We all have blind spots. Except for packs of animals that happen to have their eyes oriented such that the side of their face, their peripheral vision, goes beyond 180 degrees, and they're moving in tandem in cooperation with other members of their pack, creating a Voltron-like superorganism. We all have blind spots. And it would behoove you to accept criticism, insight, when others do you the huge service of pointing those out. And if you see one in someone else, not once, not twice, not 3 times over a long period of time, but a consistent pattern of outcomes and behaviors that would lead you to believe there's a significant blind spot, don't be a bitch. Say something. The idea that honesty is brutal is the most pussified, nerfified, helmet and mask wearing, and face shield wearing, and NASA astronaut suit-wearing, tactical, practical, bootleg-ass, not bulletproof vest-wearing ass horse shit. Do you feel me? Just lost my sense of time, direction, orientation, and thought all at the same time. But I was flowing in my little tirade. I'll take it. There's no free lunch, people. You're always borrowing from the future if you're going to increase your current performance, and it is what it is. Matter can be transferred. No, energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be transferred. You know, go back and restudy your little minuscule physics knowledge, right? Inertia, entropy, basic shit, and then get curious about it, and then learn. Iron sharpens iron. Am I right? Amen. But yeah, why family don't work together? I don't know. Like I said, I'm remaining agnostic. But what I can tell you is a parallel anecdote that might lend some insight. Don't live with friends if you value the friendship. I would say that is a very similar and comparable piece of advice. Don't work with family. Don't mix family and money. Don't live with your friends. I would say those are kissing cousins if I've ever met one. So, again, having been on both sides of that, I have some great. I've been a landlord, doom, 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 and I've been a tenant, doom, 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 and I've been in between in my days. I was renting, fixing to buying, and I had people committed to stay. Depends on the space, depends on the layout, depends on the schedules, temperaments, personalities, and to be quite frank, genders of the people involved. Meeting a stranger on the internet, let's say Craigslist, or taking an ad out in the paper if you're over 50. When you find a roommate through those anonymous methods, in my opinion, you're going to get 80% of the time less warmth, more understood boundaries, less understanding, but more consideration, less respect of your agency, but more respect of your mutually beneficial arrangement and agreement. Layman's terms, you don't get paid on time, and you're not gonna have to deal with too much shit, but you might have to tolerate some weirdness. Full stop, stranger, okay? Good friend, family member, opposite side of the spectrum, it's the opposite, right? Be warm, understanding, right? But you will not have the boundaries. You will not have the respect of your agency. You will not have a proper and unwavering commitment to the mutually beneficial arrangement and agreement that you have entered into. Okay? So it's give or take. What do you want? You want freedom, you want liberty, you want safety, you want protection, you want order, you want chaos. Where are you at? What is your motivation? Right? So I think the same thing would apply to working with family. There are things that you are going to get, and there are things that you must sacrifice. And it's going to be a lot harder. It's going to be a challenge because you can go from zero to resentment so quickly with a friend or a family member. Whereas a stranger, you're going to hit all the... I'm going to take this here. Player partner sugar free. If it's yellow, it's all me. Equal risk, equal reward, equal skin in the game. You've got to stick to the script. You can't skip steps. You can take bigger steps. You can learn to float. You can learn to fly. But until then, my guy, you gotta take those steps. And with that being said, whatchamacallit, I ain't no African booty scratcher, but I will beat a bush, goddammit. I barely know what the fuck I was talking about. But I know who I was talking to. Motherfuckers think they take one look at you and size you up and look you down, treat you like you short, come down the stairs for the milk and cookie, no cares about what's best for you. Selfish motherfucker, look in your own crew. Who's watching your six? Who's calling you a bitch when nobody's looking but somebody's listening? Fake ass, punk ass, Muslims, Christians, LDS, everything in between. Tried to make a triangle, probably isosceles. Never lean when I hit the sauce, cause a boss will be in control when it was needed, and take a second seat, a second chair when it is indeed obvious that the scenario is preparing you to be a little bit relaxed. Relationship to the truth should never be obtuse. I am proof, I am putting work in, and when I pull it out, it'll be more worth in the end. Like a dividend, don't spend. Just pretend that it's placeholding. Don't be beholden to anybody for future work that is proven to be bad for your health. So glide like a stealth bomber above the mesh. This interconnected networks of fuckery. And you can avoid all of them by just maintaining your integrity. Keep it true. Keep it real. Keep it trill. Shout out to everybody that know the phrase already. Probably Southern hospitality run through your veins. I am profane in my lane, but I stay stained in Maine. I weave and wobble, but I don't fall like a heroin addict in winter and fall. I get a adrenaline rush just for helping a little bit, but sometimes a little bit is too much. Know your audience. I can go as long as you want me to, as long as energy provides. Even that can be circularly rejuvenated over time. Skipping and flipping, doing acrobatics with verbal intersections. I am a Venn diagram of what happens when photosynthesis meets the book of Genesis. I've been pretending that my intelligence was a little bit lesser than it was. Always hide the card, never up your sleeve. Rather keep it in the middle of the deck and just, you know what I mean. Textures will get in the way, so never let somebody test you with their tongue. You can bring a sword to a gunfight if you use it right. But you ain't heard me though. Peep the scenario. Why I ain't feel the earthquake? Maybe because, motherfucker, I fucking caused the shit. Just vibe with me. I hope it sounds good. I hope it feels good. We could share silence or we could share violence. I never voluntarily live with a tyrant, unless his name is Tyrone. Leave him alone. I know you've been to movies and shit, the flick's been blown up. I hope you got a nice little contract. I hope you see residual income and all of that. I wish nothing but greatness and success to people that took the patience to listen to me and neglected a couple patience to get back through to me. Yeah. The Alchemist is a beast, man. You know what? I know talent when I hear it. I know talent when I see it. Now I'm Quincy Jones. I've been in the record business for longer than you've been in your daddy's nuts, little fella. I can rhyme a cappella even though it's not my favorite thing in the world to do. I've been playing with different characters, different lingos, different accents and characters just to widen my breadth of, you know, put a couple extra notches in, a couple more pieces of ammo. Yeah, just follow my train of thought. I don't be in the mainstream, so I never forgot the lie that I told the previous evening. That's why my brow's not furrowed to this day. I find a way to keep my stress at bay. Mental health is a priority, never ignoring it just for solitary solipsism. Audaciousness of that quote is just rushed, like the Haitian economy. I'll only say shit if it's really bothering me. It's 4:21. Guess I gotta run. Give your body the things it needs to fight the disease. Love your family, forgive yourself, and do whatever the fuck you have to do to maintain, build, and multiply your wealth. It's Freestyle Fresh. This has been a public service announcement. I'll see you tomorrow. Make August frostless.